know any historians who have family members who pass down stories of God? Like back in the days where Jesus was on earth?
Yes, there's lots of stories about gods other than Jesus. Is that what you mean? Somebody just passed down a story about a God other than Jesus? Is that what you mean? Or about Jesus?
Just about Jesus, that he was actually on earth and that he actually...
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so this is good. I'm glad you asked that question. So if you look at the voices in ancient voices that are not Christian voices, right? Like, how would you know? So I get it. If you might say, well, look, these are all church fathers. Of course they believe in Jesus. They talked about Jesus because they were in the Jesus group. Okay, get rid of them. Take them out. Let's just go to the people who coexisted with these people and see what they said. So you can reconstruct the story of Jesus from non-Christian sources in the first 3 centuries. I don't mean, you can reconstruct the story of Jesus. Now, I know people will say, is that true? So what I've tried to do in the next book is to give you the sources for all those people. What are their names and what exactly do they say about Jesus? And then you can compile this. So if all you had, somebody was so clever, they not only burned every New Testament manuscript, they went out and they found the church fathers and they burned all of those guys' work too. Well, you have to do a lot more than burn that. You got to burn a lot of secular history also, because these guys talked about Jesus too. You'd have to burn all kinds of movies. You have to burn every book that uses and co-opts the story of Jesus in what are called Christ figures. They're all over popular literature, especially in Marvel Comics. Yeah. You have to burn all of that stuff. You have to burn the writings of every significant leader in the history of science. Do you realize you could reconstruct the story of Jesus by just visiting the top 15 universities in the school and looking at their buildings? Because there are Bible verses and paintings of the founder, Jesus, on their buildings. That's what I did. I said, what can I reconstruct just from the campuses of the top universities in the world today? You going to burn those down? You're going to have to erase Jesus from those. That's how prevalent he is. He's captured our thoughts. It's not a coincidence that science arose at one place in history at one time, 15th, 16th century, in what we call Christendom. It rose there. So you have to do a lot more. So yes, there's a bunch of these are either historians or leaders or judges or Jewish rabbis who did not believe in Jesus but still wrote about him. So these are all the non-Christians, are the ones that are in the gray statues. These are all the guys that are talking about Jesus, but they're not Christians. Does that make sense? Yeah, so there's a bunch.